Hello, welcome back to the library, and a new edition of Pause Mode. For those new to the channel, Pause Mode was where I took a break from talking about PlayStation and talked about pretty much anything else. Today, we're going to be talking about one of my other babies, the Xbox 360. Besides just being one of my favorite game systems of all time, be it because it had Mass Effect or made me actually a true believer in high definition video the first time I saw Call of Duty running on an Xbox 360 kiosk, um, it just had so many good games and so many good memories and a whole lot of memories in multiplayer. Um, However, it is getting up in its golden years. And if you are like me and not someone intelligent and smart with hacking and modding like, say, Mr. Mario, you are one of my filthy casuals, and we need to talk about getting this puppy ready for its golden years. So, this video is going to be about the trials and tribulations I went through to get this poor thing ready for its afterlife, if you will, where I can go back and play games 20, 30 years after the fact. So, to get this video started, you're going to need two things to get your 360 preserved. One, you're going to need Xbox Authenticator app downloaded to your phone, and that will become very important in a moment. And two, you need an SSD drive. Late in the 360's life, Microsoft added the ability to plug in an external hard drive, just like your PS4, PS5, or Xbox One. So you can now transfer things off that poor mechanical drive inside and transfer to the SSD on the outside. More on that later. So the reason you need the Xbox Authenticator app is because if you don't remember your password or your email that you originally used is no longer part of it, or if you're like me, typed in your email address wrong at the point of entry a decade and a half ago and locked yourself out, the Authenticator app will allow you to basically do everything from Microsoft's website and then come back and log in through the Authenticator app. It works amazing. It's super cool. Two, the most important reason you would also need the Authenticator app is because while the 360 can still take downloadable content codes, it can't take redemption card codes. If you actually spot something that's on the marketplace that you actually want to buy, you'll need to redeem that card code on Microsoft.com through your Xbox account. And then once that's redeemed there, you can come back and it'll be in your wallet. So we'll start first by the first thing you should do, and that is open up all your cases and check for all the DLC sheets. I opened up all of my Xbox 360 games and discovered, shockingly, that some of them I never redeemed the code. So I jumped online, went to the marketplace, and sure enough, all the code still worked. I ended up getting extra maps and vehicles for Halo Wars, something for Halo 4, and I can't remember what the other game was. Now, the funny thing is, to show you how awesome Microsoft is, I went through my PlayStation 3 games and discovered I had never redeemed a code for the Game of the Year edition of Uncharted 2. It had $35 worth of downloadable content. I typed in the code on my PlayStation 3. It actually showed all the cool content I was about to get, and then the menu popped up and said, this code is expired. Sorry. So, F you, PlayStation 3. And Sony to a degree. But I still love you guys. The PlayStation one's awesome. Check games for free content. As it turns out, Lara Croft and the Guardians of Light on the 360 actually has exclusive Kane and Lynch skins that aren't available anywhere else. So that's pretty cool. Number two, watch out for interesting pitfalls. And by pitfalls, we're going to focus on Alan Wake. Now, I bought the digital copy of Alan Wake, and I snagged the one episode for it. I didn't realize there was a second episode, but something weird is going on. When I went to check in-game after the updates, I went to Xbox Live to purchase the second thing, and when you click purchase, it was like, no, there's a problem. And I was like, all right, that's weird. Went back to the game, saw it was available in-game to purchase, so I'm like, oh, I'll try it that way. After the error message, the on-screen item said it was downloading, and I left it there for a good 3 hours and nothing downloaded. So I went back to my wallet, and the wallet still had the $7 in it, which means I didn't buy it. However, if you go to Xbox.com and look at my account, it says I own it, but I can't download it. So I don't know if something. I thought Microsoft had some weird promotion where they gave it for free to 360 users for a while. I don't know if that promotion screwed something up, so just be wary of that. The second problem is Mass Effect. Now, I don't know if any other games have a save transfer, but Mass Effect 2 and 3 allowed you to transfer Mass Effect 1's save and convert it to Mass Effect 2 save, and then from that you could transfer it to Mass Effect 3. And in going back and forth, downloading and transferring things and blah, 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 something happened to where once I transferred all the content to the SSD, it corrupted my profiles on Mass Effect 2 and Mass Effect 3. But what's weird is it only corrupted one of the careers. The other career on both Mass Effect 2 and 3 were perfectly fine. And there might be two issues to this problem. One is something might have corrupted with how the save transfer app handled things. Two, I don't know about Mass Effect 2, but Mass Effect 3, I had over 700 hours on a playthrough. Now, I don't know if that was spread across the two careers or how much of that was in the one career. But I replayed in Game Plus Mass Effect 3 enough times to where I literally bought everything in the game. Like, you literally could not buy anything, including the $100,000 Spectre weapons. And I'm wondering if maybe I somehow memory overflowed or if something just went wacky. But my over about 700 to 1,000 hours of gameplay between 2 and 3 are now gone, which just means I get to play Mass Effect all over again. And this is the most important one. The specific example is Dead or Alive 5. If you own Dead or Alive 5 and you never threw it in your 360, don't. Don't touch it. Don't even think about it. Wait until the marketplace dies. If you stick in a raw, or a virgin, if you will, Dead or Alive 5 disc to your 360, it's going to play fine. However, if you were like me and you picked it up, say, 10 years ago, however many years ago, and you played it for a little bit just to check it out, thought it was cool, and you put it away, your disc has an update patch on the hard drive. And if you come back, you discover that the game's patch is tied to the costumes in the game. The way it worked on Dead or Alive was that, so you have game update, and then catalog downloads that you need to download so that you could purchase the costumes in the game, or at least see other people wearing the costumes in multiplayer. Because Tecmo is insane and released, and I'm not kidding you, almost 600 pieces of costume DLC for Tecmo. You need to download roughly 40 costume catalog patches to get your game to run, even if you never buy a single costume. To make matters worse, Dead or Alive 5 at some point for the Xbox One and the PS4 became Dead or Alive Last Round, where they broke the game apart into essentially a sampler platter and allowed gamers to just download the pieces they wanted or just pay for the full experience. I'm assuming it's because of the Xbox One's backwards compatibility. Tecmo also released the catalogs for Last Round's costumes for Dead or Alive 5. So like I said, you'll need to download almost 40 patches. The problem is that you have the Dead or Alive costume sets, the Last Round costume sets, and whoever was in charge of naming them didn't name them consistently. So, it gets even worse. The easiest way to patch the game to make sure you have everything up to date: throw the disc in, hit the X button, go to extras. When you get into the shop marketplace and you see the whole string of 600 plus downloadable things, change the filter to title. That will alphabetize everything in one line. If you start scrolling right, you just need to look for anything that's marked free. That will be the catalog patches. The problem is they didn't consistently name them. So you'll come across one catalog patch and then nothing, and then all of a sudden there'll be like 20 of them that were all sequentially correctly named, and then you keep scrolling and you'll start finding random ones. There's one costume catalog pack that doesn't even have Dead or Alive in the title. It literally just says costume catalog pack. To make it even dumber, the file names on Xbox Live Marketplace don't match up to what they're named in your storage device. On the storage device, it's literally just downloadable catalog 1 through 42, and even with all of them downloaded, some of the numbers are still missing. Like, it makes no sense. So, like I said, you can do one of two things. You can literally not play Dead or Alive 5 until August, or if you have it, throw it in, get the normal upgrade patch, and then make sure you download literally all 40 plus free catalog packs, or their game's not going to work. It was so frustrating. On the positive side, I forgot how buttery smooth that game is and was quite happy to finally play it after all the patches. Oh my god, so ridiculous. The other important thing to know is with the external SSD, the internal hard drive, Microsoft only ever made 500 gigs as the max size. And you still need to retain your internal real Microsoft hard drive if you want to continue playing original Xbox games that were compatible on the 360. With the SSDs, however, and the externals, even for a normal external hard drive, it supported up to 2 terabyte. So if you're looking to collect Xbox 360 games, now would be the time to get that external hard drive, install all those puppies right to the hard drive, get all the patches installed and everything. Then you'll be good to go. What is nice is you can still buy items on the Xbox 360 marketplace for what's there. I still have about $50 worth of stuff to buy, and that includes a couple DLC packs and like all the avatar clothing for my Mass Effect 3 avatar, which I can constantly change before I start the game since I have to replay it all now. What is cool too is if you have a super large external hard drive, almost all the videos and like behind the scenes footage that were free videos that were posted to the site are still on the marketplace, and you can download them for like a really nice piece of like behind the scenes preservation. It's pretty cool. Like, I literally strip mined everything from Mass Effect 1, 2, and 3. It was really cool rewatching all the hype trailers and the behind the scenes with the voice actors and things like that. Really nice little piece of memory. All right, guys, there you go. That is what you need to do to essentially just get everything from the marketplace that you want, get your system safe for the future, and you're good to go. Like I said, I love the 360. I never bought an Xbox One or an Xbox Series X or whatever the terminology is that they use. I never had a reason to, but between like there's 1,000 hours of usage on that internal drive just from Mass Effect 3, and I wanted to make sure it doesn't die on me in the future. If you have any questions or concerns, hit me up in the comments section below. Let me know what your favorite Xbox 360 games were. It's all good. Stay safe, guys. I'll see you in the next episode.